playing it, but we're going to look at the drafts a bit. I don't really think there's too much to look at in drafts unless someone picks something incredibly strange, like Sage. I would like to say like Sage, but I don't really feel like Sage is strange enough at the moment to warrant being something you talk about. Like, she just had buffs, but her wall is now pretty successful if it can be placed and go into that hardened state. So I don't really feel like she's a bad pick. Obviously, that res is really good in most situations. And to be honest, again, Mix have not gone for a controller. They've got no Cypher, they've got no Killjoy. They do have a Sova, though, and I feel like Sova and Omen are pretty much guaranteed on most team comps. But I also feel like you need at least a Cypher or a Killjoy. I mean, Mix obviously pulled it off last game. I feel like that may just be to the differences in like mechanical skill and like aiming ability. And less of
Thanks.
less of like the draft or the map or whatever. They're just looking quite clean with their shots, and they're going for a default in the pistol round. I don't think I've actually ever seen people go for a default spread in the pistol round in games I've casted. They usually all just go for like a 5-man bum rush towards one site of their choosing. Juju's going to kind of look for this initial engagement over towards B, feeling confident off the back of the 13-1 sweep last game, so he's just going to look for these kills. And he actually finds the initial dink. It does get dinked back though, so he's down to 13 HP, but that's the power of having... actually, I don't have a Sage, that was the other team, sorry. And the Sage actually has gone down. Uncle with a trade though. But he can't get healed up, and it's down into a 4v3. The bomb is looking like it's making its way over towards A. Full is going to be able to hold this quite well. Flash goes away, and it is. He gets one kill, but can't quite find another one. And next with a flank over towards Heaven. Finds Pooper. And he's going to go down. Low HPs across the board, but 3 people managing to survive means they are going to start to build that economy, which was so prevalent in the previous game. It kind of was the difference between winning or losing, and that the money was just so far in Mix's favour. And they seem to know how to manage it quite well. Uncle is actually going to go for a Vandal second round, which is interesting. I don't really feel like it's needed. Because, I mean, obviously the defenders can't plant the bomb, so they can't really get that money injection off losing the first round. So you know they're going to be on really bad weapons. They can't even really afford Spectre's light armor too well. So I think Uncle loses a Vandal, it's going to kind of swing in the defender's favour. Obviously he does know this, so he's going to play nice and safe. Usually finding the kill. Joker actually gets some kills with the Stingers next. Looking for that pre-fire. No, that wasn't wall hack. Sync actually finds a kill with a shorty, which is quite impressive. That weapon has been nerfed quite extensively. So you do have to be quite close to find those kills. And it actually looks like a fight's going to go down over here towards B. Bomb is going down on A right now. Bandit or Omen are looking for a fight, and Bandit actually wins that with a classic. He doesn't go down, 23 HP left, so they have a few weapons to maybe retake this with. The bomb's going to be taken so far down. Sage is in a nice position here. The wall is going to have to be shot out or knifed. Danuk finds... Well, actually, Danuk doesn't. It look like he did, but Reyna is there with the backup positioning. Finds a headshot, make that 2. Managed to dismiss away from the angle just in case he was going to go down. The wall is up. So Sync isn't going to be able to find any exit kills unless he pushes up towards spawn right now, because that's where everybody from Mix is exiting from. And he actually will find one, and that is the Vandal, so if he can save that weapon, he's going to be looking good for the next round. He actually might find more. He does, he finds 2. He does have the shorty. He might actually find all 3 of them. He does, he finds a 4K, and he picks the Vandal up. That was huge. That's how you manage your economy, ladies and gentlemen. That guy just went massive for his team. Like, he's got 1800 left in the bank. Finds 3 people, and, I mean, to be fair, that just eliminates the possibility of Mix going for a bonus round, because usually... You see the teams buy up SMGs, they're like a few upgraded pistols off the back of winning the pistol round. And then they just go for a bonus buy if they win the second round. But no, they are just going to be forced to go into full rifle, so they can't really build their economy up through that method. And Uncle is revealed over here towards top mid. Not too much information, but they don't need information when Joker's just one-tapping people across mid with this weapon. The power of the Vandal being able to one-shot at long range is quite helpful. Speaking of things ending in full, though, it's going to be cool finding a kill over towards A. And Mallow with another one over towards B. That lurk didn't quite come in this round. I've seen Omen go for those lurks quite a lot previously. It feels like they are going to just be punished in this game. Mallow was just looking for the information towards him, but he doesn't check left side, so this Reina is in a bit of a sneaky position. They're going to push up as well, and Sova doesn't know that they're this far up. Uncle doesn't play quick enough off that information. I don't really feel like he's going to surprise anyone too much here. Sova's going to be looking to hold this angle. Probably he's going to get timing so hard here. He pulls his bow out. Uncle gets the timing, finds the headshot, and it looks like they're going to go over towards B. Empress was popped. It's just a little scared Bandar towards the back of the site here, looking to try and do some defensive work for his team. He doesn't have any nades, has a few satchels, and he's just looking to blindside some people. He peeks out. Crosshair placement isn't there, but he finds the kill anyway. Can't quite find the second, but it's fine because Pooper gets one. They're down into a 1v2. They just need to play together, go for this engagement, but their health isn't actually too great. So Sage, still full, still has a heal available, so she will be quite happy taking these engagements. 6 on the turret, still has 9 bullets left actually. That might be the difference between winning or losing, unless they get these quick, clean headshots. They get one to cool for, and they actually are given enough time to reload. Omen pushing up with a Phantom. That doesn't really need to reload that often. It's actually done out with 2v1 clutch. His team, he managed to charge res and keeps B3 from getting any rounds on the board. And that was pretty important. That clutch right there, that round was kind of the swing point of the economy. If Mix lose that, then they wouldn't have been able to buy this round. And as we see, D3 lost that and they can't really buy this one. It looks like Sink is kind of trying to convince his team to go for a force play. He's brought down to 800. He has a Vandal with full armor. So he's going to come into this with the hero AK. Not an AK, but you know, close enough. And hopefully carry his team through this. Cool, full looking for initial pick. Can't quite find the head and loses some of his armor because of it and goes down. Next with this aggressive plays with the Jet's utility, which we have seen be so prevalent in the game previously. He's going to find them a first blood. And they're just going to play off the back of that. They're not going to push straight away after finding a kill. I like that. They're playing smart. They're not pushing up when they don't need to. And Sink, actually, he's doing the exact opposite of that, peeking towards mid. When he is the one with a hero weapon, Malo actually gets dinked down to 2 HP through the wall too. So he's not looking too happy unless he goes full Nico and just headshots 5 people at a relatively close range. It's not looking too good for them. But they're playing mind games here. They kind of rotate off A back towards B, and then they've already come up here towards short. Pooper actually a nice shot on towards Uncle. I don't know if that was really necessary. Bonda's going to take a trade right back. They're actually looking quite good here. They find a couple kills. Res is wasted. And they're in a 2v3 with a few people low HP. Jet obviously doesn't have any way of healing herself. She's going to go down quite quickly to these sheriffs. Even Raider, no armor on board, and Sova, he does have full armor. Playing these long angles against the sheriffs is going to keep him quite safe. But Bandar actually picks up a Phantom. The door is down.
Last player standing.
So it's going to be quite hard for him to retake to the site, especially with his teammate dead. In a 1v3 right now, low HP targets, but he doesn't really have any avenue of pushing back into the site. That door, man, the doors in this map do kind of play pivotal points sometimes. It doesn't happen too often, because quite often you see those doors that get spammed down quite quickly. But you can't really afford to stand in front of the door, spam it down when you're the only guy there with 30 bullets in the clip, because you're just going to get caught out. Someone's going to push you when you don't have any ammo left. Uncle just tiptoeing around the edge of the spike's explosion radius. That was one of my first questions when I started playing this game. I was like, right, can you run back into the explosion radius of the spike? And it turns out you can. Which is quite cool. I like it. I mean, obviously there's no reason you won't be able to. But it's nice. I do like this game. It's quite fun. Very enjoyable, especially to cast. I'm not really a fan of playing it myself. You know, like in a competitive situation. But I do enjoy casting it very, very much, and I hope you guys are as well. They're going for a bit more of a heavy B-sided play here. Trying to take mid quite quickly. Next, again with first bloods. He has been so good at this. He lurks over towards A, finds the aggression, gets a kill, and now B3 have pretty much no idea where it's going to end up. You see, Bandar is quite confused. He's kind of lurking over here towards A. He can't quite find the kill either. Next, even peeking into that with low HP, finds it. Pooper with a spray through the smoke, though. So at least his aggression does get shut down. He's not going to snowball around too hard, but he's already got 2-for-1 trade. And, I mean, I'm guessing that's more than you could really expect for your entry fragger. If they get 1 for 1, that's usually good enough. And he actually finds 2. Huge, and the A side of the map is completely blown open. A little bit of noise over towards B is all it took for B3 to rotate Pooper out of heaven. Now they're coming back. But the site take wasn't through quick enough, so they're going to have a little bit of a fight here. Pooper should kind of just play back and wait for his teammates to retake, I feel. He doesn't have any chance of really stopping this. So he is on the opposite side of the wall, but he shoots through. If he doesn't find a kill here, that is really not good at all. Sinks managed to spray through the wall, so he's going to be able to get back out quickly and dismiss away after finding the opposing Reyna. Killjoy is here as well. They're in a 2v3. They do have Empress available. I don't really see like your pop. The time has ticked by quite far. And the spam is actually not good for the kill. He actually goes down. Joker just finding those... finding the spray back through the floor and just retracing it back to where it came from. Finds him towards heaven. I've never been able to kill someone through A heaven. I don't know. The angle is just a little bit strange as to where I don't know where to spam properly. But that obviously comes with practice, and I feel like Mix do have quite a lot of that under their belt as they're currently 5-0 up. But to be fair, B3 are putting up a decent fight. The economy, like you see, isn't overblown like it was in the previous game. And these rounds are looking quite close. Bladestorm comes through from next. He actually didn't pick up a weapon at all. He's just confident he's going to be able to kill someone and pick up the gun off their cold, dead hands. But we'll see if that actually works out. It won't. He's a little bit too confident there. And that actually calls for Coolful getting 2 kills. Pooper finds another one. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Turret's finding a little bit of damage over to a vulnerable Reyna, and they're down to 10 HP off the back of a little bit of Spectre tickling and a turret. Can obviously heal themselves back up, but to get back to full from 10 HP, I feel like you'll probably need more than 1 kill. Joker is not going to get baited out by this boombot. But the bomb is down on A, so they don't really have an avenue back into this round. They don't have very much map control, they don't have very much health, they don't have very much utility. They've got a reveal dart, but what can it really do in this situation? They have a Hunter's Fury. There's only one person that is low enough for it to take down in one shot, so there's not really a point in using it. They're just going to wait for time. Try and get B3 to dance around on cold toes. And maybe mess up. Coolful, he's not going to mess up at all. He's going to find his third for the round. The last guy on 10 HP might be good for 4. But he's not going to push. Playing it smartly, they want to secure this round. So they don't at least get 13-0'd. I don't feel like these guys would get 13-0'd. Because they are quite good and they've put up a decent fight. But, you know, at least now they've definitely put it off. There's absolutely no chance Reyna's winning this round. 0 seconds left on the clock. That's going to be D3 finding their first one this game. Although it does feel like they have actually won rounds. I don't know, it just feels like they've been doing a lot better than the scoreline actually shows. Yeah, like I said, they take their first round on the board. Nobody is running donuts as well. Mullo is at the bottom of his team's scoreboard, but he does have 1 kill. So he's clearly putting in work for his team. He's got 2 assists. He's putting in those reveal darts, baiting out the information, and next goes for the operator. This is what I like to see. This is a very fancy angle, one which I have never seen before. Showstopper comes in from Raze. I missed it, but he finds 2. Hello, through the window? Those guys were so far away. How did that kill 2 people? That was huge. This round is pretty much over before it even started. The walls hadn't dropped and 2 people are dead already? What, man, I'm so sorry I didn't catch that. That would have been highlight worthy. I apologise, man. I'm not up to scratch on my observing skills at all. Mello in a decent off angle, but I was going to say he might not find it because Joker actually jiggle peeks the corner. But he does. He's good for the headshot. And this round where we're going to see next try and pop off with the AWP. I felt like he would have done. He looks like a guy that is confident with this weapon. They don't know the bombs actually drop towards B. But they can't get control of it because the showstopper was shot through the window. Uncle finding another kill over here. I really don't know why I'm still spectating next because we can see on the map there's no one anywhere near him. Dismiss gets him away around the corner after finding his second kill. He's kind of surrounded though, getting shock darted from every which way, but everyone's peeking him into the 1v1s. This is not what you want to do. His round has somehow come back into Mix's favour. Off the back of Reina just finding 3 1v1s and winning them outright, as that character should. The snowball potential of Reina is massive. And Empress is popped, so this round is looking worse and worse for D3 right now. The bomb's going to go down for free.
10 seconds
Door gets shut. Uncle actually goes to the opposite side of it, so this could really catch D3 out. Omen does go for the TP for the flank. But, I mean, that's going to be pretty readable, right? Nex is going to expect this coming, for sure. He's going to peek out. He's just going to find the kill, though. So it's now up to Uncle to get the ace to close this round out, and he does find one. He's healed all the way back up to full HP. And you feel like he's got this. He's got an angle, and he finds the headshot. First ace in this tournament that we have actually seen comes through from Uncle, bringing them 1-6. Empress was used for it, but, I mean, that's a little price to pay. Massive from this guy. His aim is just crispy. I mean, to be fair... Oh, no, never mind. I was looking at the wrong Reina. He is 11, 4, and 12 right now. Completely carrying his team through that round. Off the back... With Bandar, I mean, if I was Bandar, I'd be pretty annoyed, right? There was no way your team should have ever lost a round after you get 2 kills with Showstopper before it's even started. I say before it's even started. It had actually started, but it was just so quick. It was a blink and you miss it kind of moment. Sink is peeking over to where and he finds one, but that's just not really worth it. A 1-for-1 trade does favour the defenders. Favour the offensive team, rather, because that means the defenders are spread out even further. And next with another one lurking over here towards A. They're just so good at this, finding kills wherever they're needed to be found at. Omen comes in with a TP over towards Gardens. Not Gardens, sorry, that was the wrong Omen. Uncle does get taken down. Normally, I would be worried about that, but Nex is still alive, and he has also been fragging out pretty hard. And he does have the A site of the map for his team. So there's pretty much... no chance this bomb isn't going to go down. I mean, Hunter's Fury is available to maybe stop it. It is going to come through. It's going to stop the initial plant, but it isn't going to take the plant down. He actually finds a tag, and he gets Joker before he takes him down. Battle of the Hunter's Furies there, and Mix is going to come pushing in through. Finds him afterwards, so the trade comes through, which is nice. The bomb is down. Flashes come through, and they're looking to get aggressive through the smoke. But it is going to be Juzia getting the better of that one. Bando with the trade, though, finds people in the back. With the grenade in his hands, couldn't quite get his weapon back out. And Juzia with a 1v2 clutch for his team. 2 clutches in a row. Finding both rounds. And it's 1-7. The scoreline, kind of looking like it was last game. But it really doesn't feel like it felt last game at all. It feels a lot closer. It feels a lot more engaging. I'm definitely having fun. And we'll see if Mix can keep it up. It seems like we chose the right team to spectate all the way through to the finals. For those of you who don't know, we're going to spectate the same team all the way through to the finals until they're either knocked out or win. Whilst I'm talking, now Nex actually finds a kill. He gets revealed through the smoke, so you'd expect him to get spammed down, but they are on a low buy, so you can kind of forgive that slip up. Molo with the only kill for his team so far. Finds another one as well, a really nice readjustment with the Chef. He might find a third as the smoke disappears, but he isn't going to. He finds that one tap onto Joker. This man is just switching weapons left, right and centre, finding kill after kill after kill. He's put his team in a real good chance of winning this. Omen is on 1 HP. He reveals Sage over towards site. Omen can get healed though. Power of Sage. This 2v2 is all of a sudden looking a lot more plausible. Sink going to find another one though, so this might be an opportunity for their second round on the board. Molo is coming in for the flank, and Sink is going to distract... Molo is going to distract enough for Sink to get the kill, and they finally get another one on the board off the back of a very low buy. Just Sheriffs. I didn't even think they had very much armor at all. And these rounds are just coming through off the back of heroics. Like, firstly it was Uncle with the ace, then it was Yuzio with the 1v2, then it was Malo with the 3 kills for his team. Giving them, like, the only real way they were only going to be able to get back into that round was if he killed 3 people, and he did. And look at that. That's just showing how close this game has actually been, because Mix, their money is not looking good. They don't have enough to full buy into this round. Juicy does have around 6k, so he's got enough to afford a rifle with full armor utility and still have some left over, so he's going to do that. Go for the heroic purchase in this round.
Get out of my
See that what they can do with that. They do have Blade Storm available as well, and we've seen Nex has just been crispy with these fights. Easier TPing out onto site flashes, pardon me. Sync finds him though. He wasn't in the radius of that flash. This misses away, so he's safe. So Reyna is just so good. The ability to be able to get one kill whilst lucking, like you could face 5 people, get 1 kill, and then get away scot-free. He's so powerful in like pretty much any situation. Pooper is going to be kind of really not looking where he should be, but he finds the headshot. Quite lucky for him, I feel like that crosshair placement really shouldn't have netted it to him. Next just misses the right click, unfortunately. Finds a little bit of damage, but not enough. He's going to re-peek into these sheriffs. Quite dangerous when he's on low HP. Going to flash and not push. Molo actually going to find a kill in the flank. Full is there to protect him. It's just Dun Honk left alive over here on shore, but by the time it takes me to pronounce his name, he is already dead. That just shows you how good I am at pronunciation. 3-7. Suddenly this game is looking a lot closer. Seems like these guys are actually going to put up some sort of a fight. I'll be interested to see this Killjoy kind of rotate off towards B, you know, occasionally. I've seen a lot of Killjoy players who like to kind of differentiate what site they're playing from. Just play really strangely and no one can predict you, because Killjoy is kind of the one person that's really good at locking a site down. And if they can be flexible in what site they're playing, then it's going to be quite hard for Mix to predict what site they go to. But who needs to predict what site they're going to when they just find kills all across the map? Full with one trade though. And he is over here towards mid. He might be able to find another one. He's in quite a nice position, but he's not looking in the correct positions. Neither's Joker though. He runs away with his back turned. Omen with the From the Shadows though is going to go over towards back B. Which probably was the play. The bomb is going to go down pretty much for free, and Sage is in a quite nice position to play for this after plant. A corner that nobody really checks. I've seen people get double kills, triple kills, even an ace from this corner with nobody checking them. It's looking good for him, but Coolful's going to find another one. And it's kind of all up to Dononk in this situation. He needs to find more than 1 kill here, or it's not going to work. He's actually going to need to find 3 from this 3 from this situation, and he does. Nobody checks that corner. Like I said, that corner is going to be nicknamed the God Corner by the time I'm done playing this game. Nobody checks it, and he finds 3 people. The lineup was absolutely perfect for him. And that was a round that should have never been there, so he played it nice and safe. Going for the time, not immediately killing people, waiting until he could get more than 1. And it comes through huge. I think that was kind of off the back of the adrenaline. If they get that 1 kill, they're in a 3v1, like, yes guys, we can win this, just rush. And they did that, and Dononk is like, yeah, no guys, you don't get sloppy in my games. Pretty huge from him. Yeah, though, this spam, if you just click there, he might have found a kill. That's the wrong person. I was trying to look at Sync, seeing if he's going to go for anything aggressive. He might be able to find a kill there, but he's just not looking. He could kill Sova so easily right now. There is a wall there, but I know for a fact that's spammable because I've been one-tapped through it by a Sheriff. He says he's going to peek out, die, and that is Juzi, who also find another kill. They're down to a 3v5. And there is no res available for D3, so they're just going to have to use some of the rest of this utility or just find the headshots. Lockdown is available to stall for time. Next does get picked up and the door gets shut down, but like I said, it's going to get spammed down so quickly. 3 people facing Coolful as he's trying to cross that door opening. And Pooper doesn't see the top of the head. Juzia is going to find Bandar off screen.
Switching sides.
And they get a very confident 9th round on the board. At this point, the money isn't going to be a problem. Oh no, the sides have already switched. I thought this was the last round. Okay, so, I mean, it wasn't really an opportunity for Killjoy to use the lockdown in that situation. If they could have run towards A main, but they didn't know that it was clear. They could have gone for something, but unfortunately we don't get to see it used. Could have been the difference maker, but instead they go into the next half 9-3. And I like to say that any kind of scoreline in this game is like quite easy to come back from. If they win the pistol round, they'll win the next anti-eco, and then they'll already be back 9-5, only 4 rounds difference. It's quite an easy situation to come back from next, though. Feeling quite confident, going to go for this aggressive play towards mid with his knife out. Not quite the long-range weapon you would want, but neither's Frenzy. I hate this gun in a pistol round. I don't know why you'd pick it up and then go towards mid-short, peaking this really long angle. He's making it smaller, so I mean, at least he's aware that this weapon doesn't have very good range. But I really don't like people picking this weapon up in a pistol round of all rounds, because like you've got a classic. If you want a close range weapon, then the right click on that classic is really strong. And if you want a long range weapon, then you've got a ghost or even a classic. A classic can have pretty decent range in it, just 2 shots to the head, even with light armor. Next is just going to push up. It's going to be a full A take. And it is just Joker here in this little cubby, trying to defend the site from 5 people instead. Going to play it quite safely. He goes down. Sync isn't going to give him a chance. Bomb goes down. Molo's looking here for the flank, and he might find Nex. The long range of that Frenzy. I feel like Nex would have had that kill with any other weapon, but the Frenzy is just not good for it. Door gets broken. They are coming in here. 3v5 retake. They don't really have much of an opportunity here. Banda with this classic is going to be able to just jump up over this ledge and find the headshots. He's looking for it. Said Juicy is going to find him in the back. He pushes out onto site. Uncle with a kill from the Frenzy. A bit more close range for that. Going to be good for me. Pushes under towards Heaven. He actually finds a kill. Cool for wasn't good for the backup. And somehow this retake seems to have worked out. Molo is there. But I don't know if he's going to whip his slow orb out and then quickly switch back to his weapon. Find the shot, but I don't think they've got time for the defuse. No, they don't. Juicy goes down. Sage just does live on exactly 1 HP, but a ghost isn't really enough of a compensation to warrant losing the round for it. He just waited a little bit too long. Unfortunately, D3 are going to take the pistol round, and that is where you start your comeback. The pistol round is pretty important. It kind of half shapes the economy for the rest of the next like 4 or 5 rounds. And if you get that, you have a pretty good advantage coming into this one. A few ghosts come online for mix, but nothing really too impressive. And Sync are playing it nice and safe, not rushing somewhere, playing nice and passive. They don't want to rush into a full 5-man classic stack on a site, because then they have a pretty high chance of losing. Well, not losing, but they have a higher chance of losing. Instead, they play it safe, wait to get 3 initial picks, and then they go towards the site once they're pretty confident that it's clear. And they are actually correct with that assumption. And the remaining 2 players of Mix. Oh, I think I've messed up the team names again after they switched halves. Apologies, but the rest of Mix are gonna not really have very much of a chance here. They're just gonna play for exits, even though they don't really mean much because of these Spectres online. Any Spectre that they take down, it's just gonna be someone who can afford to full buy rifle in the next one. That's not really going to work to your advantage too much, because you want to have every advantage you can coming into the following bonus round, because I assume... because I assume that B3 are not going to buy
Last player standing.
upgraded weapons. Sync finding Sova down, Sova across the side of the map, and full taking Uncle. Flawless round, they barely even lost any HP. And we'll see if they go for the upgrades. I haven't seen many teams do so. They just kind of keep these weapons and they go for this bonus round. And it's, you know, it's a bonus if you win. This is what I try and reinforce when I'm doing scrims. If you win this round, it's a bonus. Your economy is going to be so good. You're going to be able to keep the SMGs that you keep in the next round, or you're going to be able to upgrade your weapons from the weapons you take off the enemy. So there's no reason not to go for this. They are down 9-5, which isn't really the best, but I don't really feel like if they lose this round, they're done for. So this is definitely the correct call, but I don't know if Sync pushing through the smoke would be. Looks like he's going to try for it. Backs off after he doesn't get a pick instantly, which is nice. I don't really think he should have gone... Well, I wouldn't have gone for that personally, because I wouldn't have felt confident in taking that first clue. Instead, Nex is going to find Pooper over towards short, and he actually readjusts for the second one. Man, Sync only needed to find like 1 body shot with that Guardian to take him down because of the health he was still on. He can't quite find it. He clips him through the wall instead. Uncle peeking out when he hears Bandar reload, so this round is already looking like it's gone. But remember what I said, this is a bonus round. You do not come into this round expecting to win it. And I mean, it's still good. It's a 2v5. We've seen 2v5s being won before. Definitely plausible. Just not a very high chance. Especially with Spectres, I don't really have the best weapons for it.
Revealing area.
Might be able to find one kill here, but this push from B is going to find him.
Standing.
Next finds another one, and Mullo actually finds Next eventually. Next finally goes down. He should have went down so much before. He finds so many kills in that round that he really shouldn't have done. But oh well. Like I said, bonus round. So now they're going to come into this round with full rifles, all the utility they could ever want, and money to spare. And as they took down Next, he is going to get bought a weapon by his teammate, so he can afford full armor and a Vandal, which is nice. If they could have done more economy damage, then this round would have been pretty hard for Mix to buy, even if they win it. And that's why those bonus rounds are so powerful, especially in this game. Even if you lose and just take a lot of people with you, that you still kind of in effect win, even though the scoreline doesn't show it. 3 people revealed over here towards A, so this rush isn't going to work too well. The rotate is already called through. 5 people over, 10 people over towards this side of the map. Juzia stays up on that box for so long. He should have went down so much earlier. They have lost the bomb. Uncle with a side swipe onto Sync. He thought he was free. Empress is popped. I think it's popped from both. Oh no, okay.
One enemy remaining.
Sync didn't pop it. Joker does find a kill onto full, and this round was over incredibly quickly. Although just looking for these headshots, if he can find quick snappy kills, he might have a chance. He's not even holding the right position. Obviously, how could you know there were so many angles for him to hold? It wasn't really his fault. He goes down. Another one tap from Sage Heaven. Five to 11. Now this is the point you kind of start to worry. 2 more rounds and it's over. They need to kind of force buy unless they want to play for overtime. And unfortunately the bonus round didn't work out for them. They can't get a conversion on the round afterwards. So it just didn't work out. Odin comes through from Juzia. I'm wondering where he's going to use that. Obviously over towards B. He's going to go for the spam, and there are 5 people here, so there's a high chance he's going to be able to find someone. He needs to start shooting now. He doesn't find anyone. He finds a bit of damage, but he has to go off the angle. He could have found 5 people if he just shot a little bit earlier. Oh, I feel so sorry for this man. And now he's going to have to either retake or site defend with an Odin, which isn't really the weapon you want in that situation. Retaking is especially hard with it. Just doesn't really have the range. So if the bomb does get planted, he is going to be at a little disadvantage. Timing is not good, and Joker actually finds the better of Mullo in that situation. I think going in for the quick retake, but I think it might be Uncle to find this kill onto Killjoy onto the side. The bomb is down, and his miss is there to keep them alive. They have bomb control. They're just going to back away from it, which is a smart play. Joker finds another kill. It's down to a 2v1. This is the round which will be the difference between match point or not for one of the teams. So D3 really need to win this, unless they're feeling confident in the overtime.
One enemy remaining.
Nonk is going to cut that dream shorter and shorter as the time goes by. Cooper is left alone, 81 HP, 11 armor. He's not going to be able to do anything, Uncle. Timing on him, Cooper was going for the wide peek. Gets caught out from the angle he wasn't trying to look at. Goes down, it is already match point. Quicker than it felt like it was going to be. Game is close despite the scoreline showing otherwise. Both teams have had nice plays, but I think the standout play really was either Uncle with the ace or Denonk with the 3k clutch, the 1v3. That spray down was really nasty. And fortunately, I actually caught that 3k on camera, so you know there's something for your montage, your player montage at the end of the day. Something for the highlight reels. Wall comes out, pretty standard, although it actually does get taken down before it hardens, so now there is an avenue of entryway towards B. The spam doesn't come in through the wall, so nobody goes down, and it's just Sync holding his angle while scoped in. He's going to have the perfect crosshair placement, loses his armor, but that's not a problem because he's playing Reyna. And lockdown comes through, so Omen really needs to kill 5 people instantly. Joker finds 2 people with the Hunter's Fury. How does that even happen? He tries to get the drone through the wall. It's just Vandal left in the 1v3. He's not good for it. You can't really expect him to. 1v3s aren't just handed out like leaves on a tree. And yeah, unfortunately, that game did not go there.